Hey guys, I'm figuring and hoping that a video will do a little bit more justice for this and everything. The whole picture thing is super tricky, so this is actually 1-inch box tube and stuff that I'm talking about. This is an old scrap piece and everything, so you'll probably see that it's dinged up. Hopefully that's the idea, for you to see it's all messed up, so to speak. I took a chunk of this and I cleaned it all down and everything, and you'll see on this one side, and you'll actually see on the inside line right there, it's actually a weld seam. So the pipes, that's how the square box tube was made. It's wrapped around and then welded together in a seam with a special kind of welder. I like that, and what I do typically with furniture and everything is actually integrate this line intentionally, whether it be forward, backward, up, down, or combination of all those and everything. But as far as the wood and everything, to make sure that you have a good idea of that and everything, this doesn't actually line up completely, but there would be a piece of wood that would be inset, and this would be the outside edge of the actual table itself, and this piece would be inside, nested in there, and it could have something like this boiled linseed oil or something like that if you just wanted to go with like a natural color, because we could definitely make it look really good like that. So what's going on with this piece right here is this actually has boiled linseed oil on it, and that is it, and it's dried in there. And then we have this piece right here, which is actually a matte. Come on, stay in focus. This piece is actually a matte sample, so it was sprayed on. And again, you see all the lines are cleaned up and everything. All these pieces are scraps. There's little dings on them that you won't see in other spots, but the weld seam is still there. Here's a piece that's just matte, or excuse me, semi-gloss black. Give you a feeling of that. If we decide to go with colors or something like that and not go natural and natural clear coat or something like that, the world's your oyster. We can pick any kind of grays, any kind of colors and everything and get it all colored up. This is a control piece that's just ground down. Every single side is completely ground down. The weld seam disappears easily with grinding, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, typically when a steel fabricator sees something like this, they think somebody made a bunch of mistakes. That's why they had to polish it all up. This can even get shinier. This can get to the point of a mirror as well, but depending on how shiny and how mirror-like you want it, it can make a huge difference on how much time gets spent on the finishing of the product. These three pieces down in front are all different copper acid etch patinas. This one is the lightest coat of them. You'll see, like, side by side, that's the same exact piece of metal, but it went copper. This piece right here, I actually used something called a gun blue, so I put this copper underneath this, and then I actually added another type of acid etch to give it that like really deep, luxurious purple color and everything. Personally a big fan of that, but this is the copper acid etch with multiple coats on it, just allowed to build up and create their own modeling and coloring and everything along those lines. So those are the 7 options that I prepared today to have available for you to take a look at. So hopefully this will promote more discussion. We have, this is the boiled linseed oil. Excuse me, this is the boiled linseed oil. This is the clear coat. This is the semi-gloss black. This is the ground down shiny silver. And this is copper 1. This is copper 2 with the gun blue on the outside of it. And this is copper 3 with multiple layers of copper etch. Doop, doop. So as you can see, we can go natural, and the idea for this was actually just to give you an idea of what the inside of the table will look like. Again, this piece of wood will actually be brought up. This is just a sample to give you an idea, and then the entire frame will be brought out, and this piece of wood would sit right inside there. All the hardware would be underneath it and invisible, so you wouldn't see it. You'd just see this piece of wood and this piece of metal with all the bars running down. So hopefully that provides a little bit of clarity for you, and go from here and see what happens. Thanks for watching.